Shooting like this will cause a lot of people to say that you don't know what you're doing, but yesterday I made a really good Americano with that machine, so that's what I'm having today. It's like the best thing that I've had from that machine. The coffee's kind of but that truck all the way down there. That truck got stuck yesterday, and it's still in the same exact spot and now there's two others. Hey, where are you? Today's topic's gonna be a little more focused on tech and like technology versus like more like overarching things of like video creation and vlogs. And shooting like this will cause a lot of people to say that you don't know what you're doing, but it's more practical. Because of that, it makes me more nimble and I get better shots. I would argue I get better shots. In fact, we actually shot a wedding and the getting ready space was one of these buildings. This is like a year or two before we actually moved to this area, and I thought this street was the coolest thing ever, and I only recently found out that this is in my opinion, when you're working by yourself and you're operating a camera and you're also responsible for crafting a video, more factors that you can take out of the equation that you don't have to think about and can put onto something else or someone else, that's a good thing. It'll make your videos a lot better, and it'll just give you enough brain space to actually be able to think. With that, there are specific auto modes that I use on the camera that traditionally you wouldn't want to use, but I use them purely so that I have the bandwidth to be able to do other things besides worrying about what my camera's doing. Also, the tripod you were on was this U-Haul. Took a break to get coffee. There's some features that are accepted to shoot in auto, and there's some that aren't. Autofocus I feel like that's something that a lot of people use, if not everybody uses, because it's super fast and super efficient. But things like auto white balance and auto ISO, not so much. As a little caveat, when I shot with Canon, I actually didn't use the auto white balance because I didn't think that it fit. I didn't think it did well enough. I didn't think that it was quick enough, and I didn't think it was accurate enough. But since switching to Sony, I shoot everything that I shoot is in auto ISO and auto white balance. The only time that I switch from auto ISO to like a manual is if I need to pump it up to 12,800, which is the second native ISO, because I found that in auto, even when it hits that, it looks really bad. Other than that, everything is completely auto. The only thing that is manual on this camera is the aperture. I'll manually adjust that if I need to like bring the exposure down. Like I said, for me, I would rather have the camera do some functions automatically without me having to think about it than like having to worry about it and potentially missing shots, especially if it's stuff that's not mine. Like weddings would be a good example. If I miss something with a wedding, you can't recreate that moment. This is a little farmer's market that's down the street from our house. I honestly don't know why we don't come here more often. They have like shops and like food and just everything. And then there's a little park right over there. I really like this place. Do you? But like I said, before I decided to shoot in all auto, I like tested it a lot to make sure that like the white balance was good, the ISO was responsive. Because if those two things, if it's not responsive and it doesn't adapt well, then it kind of defeats the whole purpose. Also, walking around on this, you have to be careful because there could be ice or it could just be like slush. I've almost fell like 4 or 5 times. Half the city has like been like snow plowed and like there's salt, and the other half is just completely untouched. It's honestly my favorite thing in the world. One of the things that I love about doing what we get to do for work is we were in the Dominican Republic or Miami with like 80% humidity, like very, very hot, sweaty climate like 2 days ago, and today we're walking around in the snow in like 20 or whatever, however cold it is. There's nothing like it. All right, I'm gonna answer some questions because I haven't. Snow there. Yeah, we actually just came back from a climate that doesn't have snow, and making that transition I'll just say it's been an adjustment. But yeah, it's great. I actually just went for a run in the snow. A lot more interesting than just normal running. I slipped like 5 times, but I didn't fall. Just slipped. But yeah, it's well, you're from Nashville. Yeah. I agree. I want to see more vlogs. That's like one thing that I wish YouTube would have more of is vlog. I love watching vlogs. And thank you for recognizing the amount of effort that it does take a tremendous amount of effort, but I mean I love it. It's amazing. Welcome home. I know that yeah. Glad you're home. Me too. Honestly, it was we were supposed to be home. It took 2 days to get home. Just watch the last couple of vlogs from a couple days ago and you'll get the picture. Well, look at you, Stefan. Yeah, honestly, so to give you context, he was talking about when we were leaving to head home from our last trip. I actually didn't unpack anything. That was just everything those were all my dirty clothes that I just threw around the room. Whenever I wear something on vacation, or if I'm being honest here too, I have the bad tendency of just ripping it off and just throwing it on the floor and forgetting about it. That sequence was me picking the stuff up and putting it back in. So it was actually the exact opposite. I didn't organize it whatsoever. But thank you for the kind words. Okay, that's all the questions that I have time to answer. Like always, thank you for the comments. Do you see this dent?